fourth quarter.
Yeah, why is my stuff not working? What's happening?
Ice cream.
Look at Charlie Aikman. He's so old now. He's like ancient. What is happening?
Oh my god, candy.
Shh, you guys.
What?
I don't know, but please don't break them.
What do you have? Like the NFL ticket or something?
My least favorite.
No, I had it last year.
Oh,
But
okay.
this year I have the Fire Stick. I get everything free now.
Oh, cool.
My ex-boyfriend bought it for me last year for my birthday, though.
That's all right. Present.
Sushi.
That's all I wanted.
Why don't you like sushi?
Cause I didn't have any way to watch the game.
Exact opposite.
Well, right now it's a 3-score game,
Well,
so
why don't you taste it?
everything's looking good.
And tell me what was your favorite?
Yeah, I didn't know the Panthers were 8-32. I knew we were first in our division, but the Panthers they have a wild card.
Yeah, Panthers are a good team.
Least favorite.
Not good in the red zone. That's what.
And the Falcons have wild
a
card.
hard one.
Pizza. What does it start with?
But Carolina's a good team, but they just have problems in the red zone, which is never good.
I don't know.
That's when it counts.
I don't know.
Tell me.
No.
Like you
Seriously,
might win against bad teams.
Pepperoni pizza.
this would only happen in like the end of the game this happened, but come on.
That's
It's
only
frozen?
what pepperoni
Yes.
pizza.
Oh, I've had that happen.
Pepperoni.
So many hockey games and football games I've been watching.
Cake.
Jim, right here, this is.
Cake. Cake.
Oh, now it's not working.
But there's nothing going on right now. They just got a field goal, so it's a 3-score game.
What is my least favorite thing to be touched?
Man, what's going on?
Nope. It starts with a P-O-O.
You keep laughing. I keep feeling like you're next to me. Hi, Brian.
I don't know who it's soft.
It's never good when you hear like evil giggling when you're trying to do something.
I know.
Like, why are you all evil about it?
I know. She's like, oh.
Favorite thing to
Like, this shit's funny. I'm about to start throwing stuff at the TV and she's laughing.
coffee. No, it comes from here.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, let me try to put something else on.
Yes. Pee-pee.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Oh man, that is just.
What's my least nightmare? It starts with an H.
It's definitely.
Nope, unicorn.
See, that's why I never wanted like the satellite dish, because I'd be afraid to watch it. So
Unicorn, I was joking with you.
cut out.
And
But
also,
that was on my fucking showcase. Like, don't forget to reboot, so whatever you're watching, you're fucked.
And unicorn don't start with an H.
I know, that was
Yeah,
a
but
trick.
when you don't have to pay for it, it's pretty awesome stuff.
That was a
Yeah.
tricky part.
But see, right now, I got one streaming a video over there, one streaming probably a video next to me, and one playing a game back there on the internet. So, you know, it's kind of hard to get my fucking TV to work.
Umbrella up.
Man, there would be a rule. No doing anything during the
During
football.
the Saints game, they know the story. If LSU or the Saints are playing, just don't even exist.
Creepy stuff. What's your
It's like just go and just don't come into this. Don't say anything. Don't ask me any questions.
I've been watching
Don't see you.
Yes.
Oh, and let me tell you something about that NFL ticket. The NFL ticket thing is like the worst waste of money ever. Like you can only watch the games live on your phone during preseason. Oh, so during the regular season, oh my god. Yeah, I was so mad.
That is bull.
Robert, what's my worst nightmare of
Yo, seriously, what's happening right now?
Scumbags. The NFL is such a scumbag corporation. They pay players to stop because they're losing ratings.
Guess what I found
And
yesterday?
they pay- What's that?
A 19.
Hello, get.
Holy shit.
Yeah, 'cause, you know, they only came out
Stop.
in 1909. So I found a 1910.
Is it in good condition?
No.
No.
I found 1910, 1916, 17, 18,
What's the opposite?
24, 25, 27, 29. Before that, the oldest one I found was a 39. Come here, here, girl. Give me your toy. Give it to me.
Yeah, I think I have maybe the oldest one I have is from like the 20s or 30s.
I don't have a boyfriend.
No, it comes out of that.
Those are Indian toys.
Okay. The opposite.
Get it, girl.
What starts with my name?
Oh, her toys are in there.
Well, I hear your dog tapping around. My
Will
dog's
you go play with this?
I have to take my dog out. He's
What is my? What's my?
Sandy, I'll be right back. I gotta take Juan. He's giving me that look.
Favorite thing to do.
I want
Can you read my
food.
passport? Here, here's your toy.
What?
What do you want? You want another ball, don't you?
It does not start with a tablet.
You want a ball?
No, it does not start with
I'm
an.
gonna buy a puppy doll.
It doesn't start with that. Doesn't
Brian,
start
do
with
you
a
watch
P.
football?
No.
We're not live, by the way.
Yes, we are.
I am?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you're live. You told me to go live, but I put you through OBS, so, you know. Look at your dog's butt is on the TV now.
I was doing all the hollering and stuff. I didn't know I was live. Oh, well, at least the game's about to come back on.
Eat my butt.
I don't know what's
You
happening.
want me touching my butt?
You don't know that.
Well, it's 28-14, so they're not going into overtime. I know that. Well, I don't know. The score might be different now.
You don't know that. Remember 2 Super Bowls ago. It all depends on how this is written.
Hi. Okay. Who's in chat? Anybody?
Oh, I'm outside.
I haven't even. You know why I didn't know we were live? Because she's using OBS, and it doesn't like the Hangout doesn't when you're using OBS.
Uh-huh.
And got hurt.
Who got hurt?
Number 17, Funchess on the Lions.
Okay.
Panthers.
I was about to say, as long as it's not Kamar.
No, it's not. It's not one of your boys.
Well, just keep me updated because I've given up on the game. It's over there where I was sitting.
Alright, so I'll
Tell
just
Destiny to give it to you.
All right,
My-
3:56 to go. Fucking Panthers have the ball.
Is it still 28-14, or did the Saints score when they got that fumble or turnover, or whatever?
It's 31. Saints 31.
Oh,
Panthers.
so they only got a field goal out of that?
Yeah,
Gosh. Come on.
and they missed one too. They already missed a field goal today.
Yeah, but that was a long one, kind of.
It was 38 yards. I mean,
No, maybe not. Make an excuse.
I mean, not that I could kick a 38-yard field goal.
I could. Just kidding. It depends on how mad I am, I guess. Oh, cool. That's awesome. I just looked at my stream. I'm opening the chat now. Oh, that was the watch page. I was like, why are you saying that again? I just heard you say that. Good God.
Okay, it looks like the Giants are fucked again.
Good. Nobody cares. I like Odell Beckham Jr., but the rest of the team can suck my left toe.
He ain't even playing.
He ain't?
Nope, he's on the. He had to have surgery on his ankle. He's on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So he's out for the season.
Darren Sproles got hurt, too.
That's what I heard. I heard he got an injury. That's a cool fucking jacket they're wearing. It's got the big Louisiana, the state of Louisiana, and then the Saints logo, like right in the middle of the state. That's cool.
Who?
The coach was wearing a jacket.
Oh.
And it had like on
John
the
Payton.
yeah, and it had on the side like the state of Louisiana, and then like gold, and it had the logo like right up in the middle of the state. It's really cool looking. And these guys have been fucking running.
I really
balls
like what Karen did. She put 2 Florida Lees that are gold and Saints colors and everything on the stream. I love it.
Oh, that's cool. Is that on your YouTube page?
Yeah, you got to look at the watch page. It looks really cool.
All right, I'm gonna take a peek. Do candy. I'll just type your name in. I can't go through all them subs.
Dang, and almost everybody I see in the oh my god, Tevin, get your ass in here. The link's in my Shields only group.
Oops, I clicked the wrong video.
I was just thinking about Tevin earlier.
That's crazy.
Yeah, whenever I was thinking about having a hangout, I was like, dang, I haven't. Well, I was actually somebody was talking about the North Pole and Argatha, and that's something that he knows a lot about that I know nothing about. So,
Someone knows a lot about the North Pole.
well, he doesn't know. Okay,
It was a question.
He has researched it. I have not. Let me put it that way.
Oh.
Nobody really knows much about it, I don't think, but
Santa Claus does. Rudolph.
yo. Okay, so let me. Oh, I just dropped my phone on my face. So let me tell you how I felt. I had to go when I live streamed the other day.
Yeah.
I was at the Christmas tree lighting for it's like a tourist kind of thing. It's the McAdenville lights. Like every year they have Christmas lights, and like the whole entire town has to like be part of it, and then like everybody kind of walks through it. Okay, hold on. Let me finish telling this, and then I'll add you in just a sec. Because you know how I get distracted.
No.
Okay, so how I felt when I was there, like there's tons of kids in line. Like my son plays in the band, the jazz band, and they do like all the community stuff. So like,
Right on.
huh?
Right on. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, so like every year they play at the Christmas tree lighting. Well, in the gymnasium they have like all these kids, and like they have all these kids in line to take pictures with Santa and like with the Christmas tree, and they have like the balloon maker and the face paint and the hot chocolate and popcorn and cookies and like kids everywhere. And all I felt while I was in there was like, oh my God, I want to tell all these kids that there is no Santa and everything's a lie, and I couldn't ruin their Christmas. So I wanted to just get out. Like I felt like I was going to have a panic attack the entire time I was there.
Well, that's one thing, man, is, Christmas. It's like you want to keep the mystique around for a little while,
I don't know.
And then they can find out how shitty life is. Because your life starts to go downhill as soon as you find out there's no Santa. It's all down from there. So
Wait. What do you mean there's no Santa?
Are your kids around, Brian?
That's a rumor I heard.
My kids we've never taught them Santa.
Okay, good. Because, and my mom gets so mad at me because she's like we were in Walmart, and that's one place, like, if you ever want to put me in a bad mood, take me to Walmart Supercenter. I'll be in a bad mood as soon as we pull in the parking lot. Done. Don't even just ruin the rest of my day. But I just everything about it, it just makes me.
Why?
I hate it. I hate that place. So anyway, so we're in Walmart, right? And like all this Christmas stuff is out, and my mom had ordered some stuff online, so we had to go to the back, like where they used to do layaway, and pick up all the stuff. And we're in line forever, like in line so long that I was sitting on the photo.
I come here to snipe.
Yeah, I'll snipe your ass.
I come here to snipe, eh?
I mean, too bad I'm using OBS, so you can't snipe me.
Well, I can snipe the hangout, but I cannot snipe your stream. Woo!
That's okay, because we still all gonna keep on kicking on the watch page, buddy.
We are streaming you, and I'm jumping in. I'm talking as Poncho, and I'm talking as myself. So it's kind of funny. Have a good stream. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Well,
I love
Candy,
you too.
I wanted to give you a little information, Candy. Saints 31, Panthers 21. Final score.
Oh shit! We're now 9-3. I predicted that we were going to be 10-6 this season.
You'd have to lose like every game from now on, and you wouldn't even get that.
Yeah, we're going to have a really good record, and we're already first in the division. We have been almost the whole entire season. We are, I think, number 4. Oh man, this is awesome. I know I'm not going to say we're not going to win Super Bowl, but and I know you guys, like somebody posted on Facebook yesterday, like what's the one thing, what's a sheep activity that you can't give up? Football.
So you said we are, so you own the team?
Yes. I look, Mickey Loomis might look like he owns the team, okay, but Tom Benson. I mean, Tom Benson owns the team. Mickey Loomis is the general manager, but that's just a cover. It's really my team, okay?
Oh,
Just
so
shush.
you're rich, so send me some money.
Yeah, they're on my payroll.
Yeah, I always get
So,
caught up. I'm like,
Walmart.
yeah, our team.
You didn't finish your Walmart story.
Okay, so what? Like, I was so bored. We were there so long. I was sitting on the bench, like the chair at the photo thing, you know, where you plug your phone into and shop for photos. And so I'm like, God, all these people getting Christmas gifts. I was just getting so annoyed by all the people and all the attitudes flying around the customer service and all this. And I was just like, I want to get out of here. So when we were finally done over there, I was like, man, I don't know how you come to this place. I was like, in all this Christmas stuff, like, this is ridiculous. And she's like, you used to not be this way. I don't like how this flat earth is making you. And I'm like, what? This flat earth is not making me nowhere. I can't help the shape of the freaking earth, Mom. Like, she blames everything, like, because I've awakened to so many different things since I found flat earth. She blames the earth, she blames everything about me on flat earth. You used to be so different. You used to enjoy the holidays. Well, that was before I knew the truth about them. Okay. Now it's a little hard to enjoy something when I know the history and the truth, what it is behind it and in front of it and all around it and what it's about. I can't enjoy it anymore. It's not.
But you still enjoy football.
Right, but I'm not lying to my children about football. I'm not lying to myself about football.
I'm just kidding you. I'm giving you a hard time.
I know, but it's so frustrating that my family and the people around me cannot understand why I am the way I am. Like, it's just like my mom, I can see that, I can feel the anger boiling off of her when I talk about this stuff. She just rolls her eyes and kind of puts her hand up like, shut the hell up. I don't want to hear it. You're insane.
So don't talk to her about it. Don't talk to her about it. Makes it simple, doesn't it?
Sounds good to me, man. That's, there are people that just aren't going to accept things no matter what. And if they have a problem with it, it's their problem, you know? So you just kind of, okay, I won't say anything.
It's not up to you to push it on them. You give information. If they don't want to accept it, then, okay, move on.
Exactly. I mean, I guess it's another one of those things that's like kind of like spirituality. You're not going to change anybody's mind on the way they feel, you know?
Not if you push
so
it.
like you said, exactly. And I think we've all run into people on the streets and stuff that are really trying to thump something down your throat and saying, well, you're wrong because of this and you're wrong because of that. And then it just turns you off, and you're like, okay, I'm not even going to listen now because but a lot of those people I would run into, I mean, they were like the, New York City transients that maybe weren't mentally all healthy. When you always used to have those like the doomsday guys out there. The world is ending, repent now kind of guys, and they'd yell at everybody. But they looked a little off to me. They didn't really look like they were mentally all there.
And the flat earthers do.
Well,
hey, how many people are so many people in this chat room from the admin group that I'm talking in on Facebook. Did some of you guys come from there? Sorry to interrupt. I was because I'm looking at the chat and I see that there's people in here that I've never seen before, and I'm talking to Nathan Thompson's group, the official Flat Earth and Globe discussion group. There's like an admin group in Facebook Messenger, and so I shared the link in there, and I'm just wondering if any of these people are from there.
Okay.
Do you want me to send it to,
I'm just being nosy.
do you want me to send it to the Glenn Danzig Misfits fan club?
Aaron would be happy.
You'll get all people. You're not talking Misfits.
Is Karen still here?
I am.
I think she's doing. Oh, okay.
I was.
Oh, hi, Karen.
I was going back and forth doing dinner and stuff for my kids. So sorry. Yeah.
Oh, right on.
You
Karen has
featured-
the most awesomest kids. Well, under mine.
I need to reboot my modem because my right now my upload speed is way lower than my download speed. I got like 50 down and like 20 up, and that's why the
That's
stream
weird.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
kiss my ass.
And that's why the stream is all weird.
I run it 2 down and half and up.
Damn. Me too. Don't feel bad, Brian.
I don't feel bad. I'm just telling you, she's complaining. It's only 20 up. Oh, give me a break.
Well, usually I got like 180 up. Usually it's
Okay, now
180
you're
up
just
or
pissing
50
me
down.
off. Now you're just showing off.
Fucking
Anyways.
Eagles game tonight that I'm going to waste my time watching.
I like the Eagles because they have Darren Sproles, but Darren Sproles is injured, so.
I go where Eagles dare.
But I guarantee you those Eagles are goddamn sons of bitches. Because
Hey, you're not allowed to say that word here.
Why?
Because that's the only rule I have.
What, you can't quote? You can't quote something? No
You
quotes?
can't say GD here.
Oh, I thought you meant something.
You have to say,
bitches.
I ain't no
Oh, I
GD son
forgot.
of a bitch.
I thought I was. Oh, okay.
You can say any cuss word you want, but if it takes my Lord's name in vain, you are gonna be banned.
What's the Lord's name?
Jim.
If you have anything that, okay, so if it's any word that is associated with God or Jesus, and people know that that's who you're referring to, and you're using that name in anger, that's taking the Lord's name in vain to me. And I don't care how everybody else perceives it, but that's my take on it. And that's
I'm
all.
just asking you what their name is.
No, I know, because some people are like, why does that bother you? I'm just explaining, like, that's
I
why.
understand it. I'm just asking you, what is their name? Do you know their name?
Yahweh.
Uh-huh. And?
Holy
Eric
crap.
Clapton?
Yeshua?
Yeah. Yes, you are. And you know what? I even called Mark Sargent one time. Do you remember when I was like, I'm bored with Flat Earth because nobody's saying anything new. So now I just want to know, why are people calling Jesus Jesus when his name is clearly Yeshua? Why?
I don't know.
I had
Translation.
nothing else to ask him, so I had to ask him something I was really wondering.
Bad translations.
I know, but still. Karen, I love the background. I don't know if you heard me say that earlier.
No, but I'm glad you like it.
I love it.
I just did it really quick. If I had more time, I could make a better one, but I just tried to get something on there.
I
But
love it.
her upload's only 20 megabytes, so
I know
It's probably because of OBS though.
it's going really slow. Like this isn't when I streamed with Crow on OBS. I didn't have any problems. I was going 30 frames per second, no problem. And right now it's like saying it's like at 10 or 11. I don't know why.
Wow.
Are those like official words you're saying? Is that like Greek or something? Because I don't understand what any of that stuff is. OBSs and megabytes and.
OBS is open broadcast software. It's just a broadcasting software that you can use.
What, like Hangouts, but
To put
Probably better.
backgrounds on.
But you could put graphics on it and windows and blah 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 and make it look
Oh,
cool.
okay. So it's like a you
Studio.
can do more with your broadcast than
Uh-huh.
that's cool. And but isn't there something where you can't have people coming in and shutting your stuff down, or
Yeah, that's what this is. Like if
that's
somebody
real
if
cool?
somebody got into the hangout and sniped us all out, we'd just keep broadcasting. We just start a new call. We don't even have to end the broadcast or anything. We just keep going.
Oh, okay. So we just boop and just everything just kicks up.
Yeah, that's why I said that to Vinny. Like, you can snipe all you want, but you won't stop my stream.
I only had that happen to me once, and you were there.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. It was actually 2 days in a row you had that happen to you, but, you know.
And I think I just started up another one right after, so it didn't really
Yep.
faze me a bit. I was like, oh, wow, fun.
Because I was there the one night, and then I wasn't there the next. So I just, yeah, that's a sore subject. We're not going to talk about that.
No problem.
So anyway, I love the Fleur-de-Lis. I love that they're the Saints colors, and the Saints are playing while you made it. You didn't even know that. That's what makes it even better. See, that's how much Karen knows me. For those of you who think she doesn't know me and I'm tricking her about some things, Karen knows me better than anybody else on the planet. I mean, not the planet.
I think I hit you up in the third quarter, Candy. And I was like, "Yo, are you watching this?" And you're
Of
like,
course
"Yep."
I was watching it.
Hey Candy, can we give Top Hill a wrench?
Yes, I was just about to tell you that. I thought he had one.
Granted. Wrench has been granted.
Granted. I don't know. I was actually, when I saw him, when he first came in, I was like, I could have sworn he had. See, that's what happened when, with, if you see food, clothing, and shelter come in, give him a wrench too, because I could have sworn Logic had one, but when he was in here last night or whatever, Friday night, he didn't have one.
All right.
I don't know. I know I saw a couple other people, but that was one that I know for sure should have had one. I don't know what happened. Oh, I love you too.
Oh, the Seahawks are playing. Uh-oh.
Hey, Candy,
What?
why can't you call it a planet?
Because it's not a planet. And where's Brittany? Tell her to get in here.
Wait.
She doesn't have to
it
show her
is.
face.
Is it a plane?
It's a plane. It's a realm.
Planet.
It's a plane without the T, okay?
Planet doesn't mean
Plane minus
sphere.
T.
Planet doesn't mean sphere.
I mean, well, I know, but what we know as planets are not. I don't know. To call it a planet to me is blasphemy.
Okay,
Just saying.
I got you. I was just wondering.
Speaking of helicopter pilot, what happened to Jazz Akonda, buddy?
What?
What happened to Jazz Conda? I haven't seen him in forever.
I don't even know who that is. I'll be honest.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, really. He's a helicopter pilot.
Yes.
What kind of
He
helicopter?
used to be in here all the time.
Military?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
I got a buddy who's a military pilot, but he was like military, and then he just got out of the military. He just went into like I don't know what the hell he does. He's out in San Diego.
San Diego, meaning whale's vagina.
Oh man, nobody knows what it means, but whale's vagina. Oh, that is the best. Ron Burgundy. There's something that's just so funny about Will Ferrell. I'm sorry, you just got cracks me up. One of my favorite things that he did was on when he was Alex Trebek on Saturday Night Live, when he would do the Jeopardy thing, when they'd have like the actors and they'd be all stupid and
Yeah.
Yeah, she really does. Karen got $1 billion voice.
$1 billion voice. That's a lot.
Yeah, Karen could be like one of those people that like they make those like soothing videos that calm you down and like
I think it would be really cool for Karen to like read like horribly awful things, but just in that calming voice. You know, just like insult people and just say like awful things, but just in that very smooth, like
I've
soothing
actually
voice.
done that before. These guys that I talked to on Discord, they were like, "Hey Karen, look at this meme," and it was really horrible, most offensive thing you could ever see. And they were like, "Here, read it," and I tried to read it without laughing, but they were laughing, so they made me laugh. But I have done things like that before.
I like when they would show like people reading, like they'd show Obama like reading mean tweets or like actors or something. Jimmy Kimmel did that or somebody. It was funny.
Felix, the link is in my group.
I really hope the Eagles lose, their plane crashes, and none of
Hey!
they just get like horrible injuries where they can't play for the rest of the year.
That's not very nice.
I can't take the Eagles winning a Super Bowl. I can't do it.
Hey, I'll be right back.
I'm not wishing death upon them, just that they can't play no more. For
You
this
think they'll
season.
survive a plane crash? Really?
Well, if it's like really low and it just kind of like falls a little hard or something, and then maybe one of the guys will bang his knee, and you know, those rough little
Wow.
landings they have. Come on, man, this is football. You know.
Well, we can just check the script to find out who's going to win.
Yeah, I know. I know. I choose to believe, even though I'm like, yeah, they're like right now they have like probably the next 3 Super Bowl winners already picked out. I know the draft is completely fixed. I mean, that's not even like a secret anymore. You got to figure if people are making money at something, it's manipulated.
No, I disagree with that statement.
I mean, okay, let's talk entertainment. Okay,
No,
let's
that yes,
entertainment.
that's manipulated. That is manipulated. I'll agree with you on that one. I'm not saying everything that makes money.
I'm not going to say like, but I'm just talking like when I'm looking at football, I'm talking about movies, music, television shows, fucking play everything.
Oh yeah, video games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
You ever notice how before a video game comes out, all the reviews as #1 of the year is out like 6 months before the video game's even out
oh yeah,
and finished? It's funny.
it's it's also funny. So they'll be like, well, the record's not released yet, but it's going to come out #1. And you're like, well, how do you know? You know?
Because the radio stations are going to play it until it's stuck in your head.
So again, it's manipulated. Like, would Led Zeppelin be the biggest band of their era if they weren't pushed as the biggest band of their era? I mean, who knows? I mean, I've seen so many great bands that just fly under the radar because they didn't get that machine behind them. But I've seen bands that aren't that good that have the machine behind them. And that's what that's what it takes. I did the rock and roll thing for 20 years and we stayed away from, anything, above like DIY shit because, I had friends that got sucked in, got signed with like big labels. And all of a sudden they're like, man, they're making us wear these clothes. And, they got this producer coming in, changing all of our songs. And it's like,
well, of course, they're paying them. So, yeah.
They're like, it's not even like what we originally wrote. This guy's coming in and changing everything. And I was like, that's, man, like, I guess it all depends upon what you want. If you want to be an artist or you want to be like a businessman or, because Because I never had a problem working construction and then going out and playing rock and roll, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to sign with the label, you're asking them, making a contract saying, you're going to make us big. That's what they're signing for, is to become big. And they're going to do what they can to make them big so they can make their money.
You would think that. And yes, there are bands, but sometimes, like, let's say I have a label, right? And I want to push this band and they have a certain sound. Well, if there's another band that might rival this band, I'm going to sign them to a contract shuffle. And that's been done. There's a lot of stuff comes where the labels just rip the band apart and they say, we only want the singer.
Hey,
And then
Joker.
he'll just say, okay.
Joker, what was the words you said right before I said I'll be right back? Who'd you say was playing?
Oh, it's the Philly is playing the Seahawks.
I know, but who do you think called me right when you said that?
Oh, Dakota.
Yeah.
I typed him in. I typed him a message.
It's a small world after all.
It's Felix.
Hi, Felix.
Hi.
And you
We
know
were
what?
just
Don't
talking-
ever say that again. Don't ever sing that just like that again. Because, dude, I still have haunting memories of that stupid ride in Disney. It's a small world after all.
I
It's a small world after all.
I never
It's a small world.
I
Those
think I'd be
stupid
scared to
freaking
death.
teacups. And all those dolls kicking their feet. It's a small world after all. Holy
I
crap.
think that would scare me now.
I've
Like,
never been there.
honestly.
Like,
It's
everybody's
creepy.
knowing everybody, and this is like really cool.
Oh my God, hold on. I'll be right back again because I have to tell somebody how to get on this hangout. I'll be right back.
It's a
It's
flat
somebody
one.
that's never been on one before.
But
And
Felix,
this guy
sing it in
has
I'll sing it in alto, and I'll say it's a flat world after all.
yeah, do that. Just don't sing it like in your cute little voice. Just like, you can sing any song in the world except for that one. Be right back.
Hey, Felix, we were talking about like manipulation in like the media and music and everything, and you were involved in the whole music thing for a long.
I was listening to that. Yes, it forces you into self-publishing or publishing on independent labels.
And nowadays, with the way the promoters have snapped up, like all the venues,
Mhm.
these aren't just promoters; they're, like Live Nation, these big businesses. And if you don't do business with them, you can't play in at any of their places, which are the big venues all over the country.
Yeah, I mean,
Of
they
course.
basically turned into the same thing as the radio stations, where it's like, radio stations at one time were local. You weren't, if you owned a station in a certain market, you weren't allowed to have more than two within a market.
Right.
And so now it's all, conglomeratus.
Yeah, there's
mean-
probably like 2 broadcasting companies that own all these stations
Yeah.
now.
I mean, and for a while, like ABC was doing a lot of the radio broadcasting.
Yeah.
And the thing is, let's tune into the classic rock station. It's coming out of Texas. You can pretty much, set up a laptop so long as you have a broadcasting antenna and run a radio station. So long as you have the right licenses and, you got ABC in there and you've got enough local.
Well, would the FCC get involved, like over broadcasts like that?
The FCC deregulate it. That's the whole thing. People get mad at regulations, but the thing is once they deregulate, they re-regulate. After they deregulate, they re-regulate. So it just makes like Live Nation and all those other places and the radio stations. It just makes them more stronger. And I mean, I want to listen to classic rock station. 20 years ago, classic rock station. I mean, you could hear
They're playing the same songs that what they played when I was 16 on the classic rock station.
Right. Well, 20 years ago, I mean, you could like hear music from, the late 60s, early 70s. And if they do play one of those songs.
But like cool bands,
They're
they
playing
play, okay,
something
here's
different.
Vanilla Fudge, or here's like Moby Grape.
Right.
Now, if you don't know those bands, I mean, they're not.
Here, kick back for 20 minutes while we play Low Spark from High Heeled Boys. The 5:15
2.
afternoon drive home. We'll see you at the bottom of the hour. You don't hear that anymore.
Because I remember when the stations like, it was like the AM stations would play like, like the top 40 music. Then
And
you'd have
advertisement.
Then the FM stations, you had a couple that were kind of like, like the Z100 that was like, they played the popular music, but you had WAPP, which played album sides.
Exactly.
You had another like WDHA that would they would just play choice cuts, and they'd say, okay, for the next hour you're going to hear fucking rarities from Eric Clapton, and they'd pull out these obscure songs that you never knew Eric Clapton played on.
Here's a B-side from Frigid Pink in 1969.
But that's how you found out about so many cool bands, like, because these guys were just like music fans, but the corporations just fucking ruined it.
Exactly, it killed it.
It's going back to grassroots again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got the internet to do that. Now here's the issue. You want to do a podcast, kind of like what's going on now. Let's say you wanted to play music and have discussion and play music. You can't you're going to get shut down. The minute you start playing music, you're going to get copy strikes all over your shit.
And you know what I think is weird too? Like, you have all these little subgenres of music. Like, you have metal, then you have black metal, and then there's like you have punk, and then this kind of, and it's just like, so these fans to say like, okay, I like punk, but I only listen to this kind of punk. So you have all these like little subgroups that are in like a group, and these people don't like these people because, their stuff isn't punk enough, and it's just like, shut the F up.
I just say play it all, and if somebody doesn't like it, they could just turn the volume down and come back in a few minutes.
Yeah,
I know it's kind of like could be album hour.
And you know what's great?
Play one of those albums that you just don't like, so you tune out. That's why you have a dial. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. I mean, that's why we got a dial.
What's going on with these Hollywood executives and actors, and ever since Bill Cosby, man, these dominoes, and they're sick for doing it.
He was poster child. He was just playing poster child for something, so we put him in the position of poster child for something.
It was Mike from the Beastie Boys. His father's like a very well-known playwright in New York, and he would go up and work at some university as like an advisor and work with the students and like writing plays and stuff. And he was accused. 9 women came out and said over the years that he has like sexually abused them. A couple said he raped them, and Mike D came out and said, "I believe these women. I support them." So when the guy's son comes out and says that, I mean, doesn't look too good, buddy.
Yeah, sometimes it don't look too good, buddy.
That's crazy. I didn't know that about Mike D.
Yeah. Yeah, his father, I don't know his name, and he did some very well-known plays. But I think he's more known for like what he's done, and then working with like the students in the university. But it seems like he was a little touchy-feely, which is never appropriate, sir.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. I'm so happy to see you. Oh my gosh, we finally got a chance to meet you. Give somebody a hug, and they accidentally bump your boob or touch your butt, and it's all of a sudden, this guy's really bad. He touched my butt. I mean, come on, where's the evidence, man? You got like a rape kit or something? What's going on here? This is totally out of bounds. What?
I think the new thing should be the Jesus point.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want to touch you because I don't know. You might have just like wiped your ass and.
I have 5 on the palm. Wait. Make sure you don't got no. Here, use this handy wipe. We have this handy wipes and wipe your hands. And I don't want to catch AIDS from getting a handshake or anything.
Yeah, here, put this glove on, dude.
Don't touch my butt. I might get AIDS from your hand if you touch my butt. When I hug you, of course, because eventually, I mean, one of these days, I might be walking down the street. Hey, look, it's Joker. Hey, what's happening? Oh, he actually bought my boob. I got boob AIDS now. What the fuck? I mean, do you have evidence? That's the thing. It's all like freaking hearsay. What's going on out there? It drives me nuts.
Hey, I got this really cool strain from Israel. It's called Erez, and it's like a little different than any fucking shit I've ever had before. This is awesome. Israel. I heard they've been doing a lot of work over there with like the medical cannabis and everything.
Well, everything is invented in Israel first, and then it's tried out in Japan, then it's tried out in the US, then it's deployed in Canada. That's how
It's crazy, man. Like, how does there is shit like that goes on, but I have no clue. But that there's like so much like, look at the opioid crisis. Who created that?
Pharmaceutical.
the government.
Just boom, 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 and they let it happen, and now fucking kids are dying, fucking left and right. Like, there was a lot of kids in my town, like in their early 20s, that were just ODing every other fucking week, and you're like, the kid's 22. Like, this is unacceptable.
Yeah, it happens here too. Like, I don't know,
It's
small
everywhere,
town.
man.
Kids overdose. It's sad. It's sad as shit.
But I heard that they strategically started with the companies would pick an area, like a test area, I guess, and they flooded the fucking area with their opioids. And I guess, then it just started to spread, because you would be able to go down to like Florida. They'd have like pain clinics.
Yeah.
You pay whatever, and these people would come home with like 50 bottles filled with pills, go to whatever fucking state they live in, sell them, and so this stuff is getting fucking spread all over the country and shit, man. And these just they don't know any better.
You want the government to regulate it?
No. The government should keep their fucking asses out of everything. Okay.
I think that the pharmaceutical companies should regulate themselves and become more socially aware, rather than like putting products over people.
Here's
You want the corporations to regulate it.
Right. Absolutely.
Example.
Absolutely.
I'll give you an example. Back in the late 60s, okay, I was just a little kid, but there's this thing, the Matrix, all that fucking gay movie ass shit. All right, the Matrix. Take the red pill, dude. Take the blue pill. This is bullshit. There was this thing called Red Caps. They would put like $5 worth of heroin in this shit. Back in the late 60s, they used to sell them out of the stores, out of the butcher markets, out of the little stores. You know what I mean? What we call party stores now these days. They would sell them out of there. You get a red cap, then you take that home, so you break it open, you stick it in your spoon, you boil it, you fucking shoot it. Okay, my grandma was doing this fucking shit. It's sick as hell. Why is this going on? You know what? Because they targeted the area. How many Vietnam vets came out of that city? Like, I don't even know anybody that stayed home back then. They were all gone. Gone.
Back to my question, you want the corporations to control the regulation of it. So
No,
you're going to trust
trust
the corporation.
Well, I'm saying what I'm not saying I trust anybody. I'm saying that these corporations, the way our country was kind of set up was there would be social, like kind of like social work, but it would be more the corporations that would take the lead than the government. So, and when I say let the corporations police themselves, okay, let's look at a baseball game. Okay, now you're a pitcher, and I want to hit this player in the head. Okay, I'll go and do it. But you know what's going to happen is now
Why so violent though?
is going to get hit in the head. Okay, so I might not throw that pitch, knowing that if I throw this pitch, I'm either getting hit in the head or he's getting hit in the head. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you hit your best player gets hit, you hit their best player. That's the game policing itself, where the umpires don't have to come in and say, okay, you're out of the game, you're out of the game, you're out of the game.
So
the players know there's a code.
How do you have the corporation police itself? That's what I'm curious about.
I'm just saying you have, let's say a council, okay? Even
made
with
up
civilians.
of the corporation.
No, okay, we're going to have civilians and we're going to have corporations. So we're going to have a civilian panel working with these different corporations, okay? So they were going to have to not only answer to their stockholders, you're going to have to answer to the community where you have your factories, where you sell your products. You're going to have to answer to us because we're not gonna...
So let me ask you this, because I assume you're a marijuana user.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you feel about the areas that don't want marijuana?
Don't care. Honestly, because you know what? We as Americans have the right to move and go somewhere where it's legal. So if you live in a state where it's not legal and you'll get in a lot of trouble, you have the right to move, or you have the right to protest and get the law changed.
Mhm.
Work in that way, or you have the right to just ignore the law, get arrested, and go through that. I say let the
Yeah.
states choose what they want. Like I don't know where you live. I live in Delaware. I don't want people in your state telling me how to live because it's different.
I
Somebody from New
agree.
York telling me how to live. So I just but I just think that
But that's what you just did. But that's what the pharmaceuticals do right now.
okay, but let's go back. If they have to answer to somebody, okay, if they have to answer to somebody, and let's say the other corporations say, listen, you're doing bad business, we don't like it. The civilian board says you're doing bad business. We're going to shut down, or the roads, or we're going to protest your factory every day.
But we have that now. That's what I'm trying to get at. We have that
but,
now.
but
For
who
example,
is the civilian? Okay, go ahead.
when I lived in Kentucky for a while, I lived actually in Maryland too. In Maryland, I lived in a dry county.
Right.
The entire county chose not to sell alcohol. There was no alcohol sold in that county.
Can I ask you? Could you like consume alcohol? Like if you bought it and brought it into like your private house?
You could, which was a
Okay.
problem, which is one thing we always complained about because, well, you can't stop. You can't stop. Yeah, but the county was dry. They were not allowed to
Right.
sell of alcohol. That was the county's choice. So by your same thing, local communities can say we don't want opioids or
Right.
oxycontin and all that in our area.
Right.
So we have that now.
What about
Okay. But
federal
I don't understand
prohibition?
like your point of
Yeah.
we have it now, but we also have government interference now.
Yeah, we have
So I'm
federal.
trying to get the government out.
Exactly.
No government, as little
Well,
government as
the reason why I
possible.
brought that up is because, yeah, and I agree with you on the federal government. The federal government should just defend the country's borders, pretty
Right.
much, and
That's it. That's what their
and
job.
Yeah. Keep the states united and get the fuck out of.
settle interstate disputes.
Right.
However, the government is not controlling the opioids, and you all
All
are
right.
complaining about it. That's what I'm getting at.
No, I didn't
Okay.
say like
Yeah.
I never said that the government is controlling them. I said that the pharmaceuticals are controlling them. The government is letting it happen,
Because
Yes,
turning a blind
it's
eye.
called lobbying. Lobbying.
And that's where things get sick. These
It's
lob
that.
What's up, pillbox?
It's a lobbying.
you
Wow,
know
look, we got some skills in here, up in here. The thing is like the federal government should stay out of the states. If my state of Michigan here, we want to grow hemp in the place of GMO corns, and we want to use hemp to regulate and change the crops over in between crop changes, in between soy and corn. Let's see, we get 2 seasons of hemp. Why can't we do this? Okay, this is an issue that everybody has to look at. Where is this coming from? It's
well, but that's my point. Any local area can ban or control anything, no matter what the federal government says. Okay, but they don't. They don't. Okay. For example,
Yeah, my
and
grandpa was not happy with hemp prohibition because it shot his crops down. He used to grow a lot of hemp, and it was sold for fibers, not pot, not to smoke.
yeah,
Nobody got freaking hemp. This is for fibers. This is for making rope. This is for making burlap. This is for making fabrics. This is for all your needs. God gave us the right to use every herb and seed for your advantage. Now, why are these people telling us we can't? We're not allowed to. It's against the law. You're going to go to jail. You know what? You're going to go broke in 1972 because you can't grow hemp anymore. Now you have to
well,
grow.
that's because the markets decided that it was bad.
No, the markets didn't decide it. Pay attention to freaking Congress and all the. Oh my gosh, There's a bunch of African Americans smoking marijuana and Mexicans too, and we can't have that. So we're going to brainwash society with a whole bunch of things called reefer madness, and you don't know the difference between marijuana and cannabis, so it's all illegal now. Okay, so you're all fucked.
But
So what you're saying is that the standard populace was too stupid to figure it out and let them do it.
could be, but you know what?
That's exactly true, and they're too stupid to figure out what's going on now.
Unfortunately,
Exactly.
it's a problem. But you know, that's a government of the people, by the for people. You know, you live by a bunch of dumbasses, you're gonna have some dumbass laws.
Well, you do. And that's why it's up to now. See, the funny thing is, even though marijuana is illegal federally, but yet you have all these states that made it legal.
Yeah,
I think it's funny that the feds haven't gone into Colorado and
they've been
busted
talking
them all.
about it.
Yeah,
They've been
but they
talking
won't.
about it.
They won't. I know they talk about it. Hey, I was in the military in Colorado. I had to brief my soldiers every time. It is not fucking
No.
legal.
Were you in Colorado Springs?
Yes.
My family's there right now. They're my cousin. He's right now. He's doing a little professor work up at the academy, but he was out of. He's still basically out of, Colorado Springs right now, technically. But he goes like during the week. He goes to the academy, and then he comes back for the weekend to spend with the family.
Yeah, Colorado Springs is surrounded by military bases.
Oh yeah, because I watched that show, and it's the guy's like a homicide detective, and there's always like military guys like involved in the interviews, and
Well, you have 5 military bases surrounding that small city.
My cousin, they picked Colorado Springs was when she had her children, she got gestational diabetes. So and then she got discharged from the army, but she had to live near a hospital where she could get treatments done. So they picked Colorado Springs because it was nice. It was like nice for the kids, and then my aunt moved out there after my uncle died, so they got a good thing going.
Yeah.
But how is it? How is the area? Is it like nice, or is it safe? Or because when I watch it, I get a little nervous.
Why? Colorado Springs? Nah, Colorado Springs is fine.
I guess it's just the sensationalism of television.
They're not going to show you the good stuff. I mean, I grew up around DC. Come on.
Right on.
And it was fine. It was fine. But you're going to see murder capital of the world. It's going to shootings, and you're not. I mean, I'm not going to walk down as a sad to say, as a white man, go down to Southeast DC and just walk down the streets because that's
Why is
suicide.
everybody freaking calling me when they see I'm live? I don't understand this.
Maybe they don't see you live.
Vincent knows I'm live because he was just on here.
Okay.
Now, DC,
he's gonna have to wait because I'm trying to do a million things. I don't understand this. I really don't. I'm trying to get on my laptop, and
I spent a few times down in DC. Twice, like at the nice stuff where you're looking at like all the,
the mall, the White House.
Yeah, like as a kid, and you'd go on a school trip or something. And then twice in a rock and roll.
Frozen.
And I'll tell you, man, it was a U Street gang that they were like, "Don't go outside, boys." They're like, if these guys will just suck you up and spit you out.
Yep.
We're like white kids with mohawks. They're like, just stay in here. If you want to fucking smoke weed in the back room or something, just don't go outside.
Oh my goodness gracious.
But me and Singer didn't listen, and we went to the chili joint across the street and didn't have any problems.
But back to the subject, the whole problem with all of what people want and everything else is you've got to get the majority of the people in your area to agree with it, and they can make that happen.
Well, that's the thing is, when I was a
But
kid,
they don't.
my parents were involved in an environmental group called Clearwater. So I remember how people would organize and do protests and put on a festival to raise money and awareness of, it was about the Hudson River, and the Atlantic Ocean, because it kind of went, Pete Seeger started it, the folk singer, started the group, and it just kind of spread on the, from New York to New Jersey. And
yeah, it was all spread all the way over here because Lake Erie was on fire.
So I've been out, in New York City, out front of buildings, like, doing protests with fish dying and no nukes. And, they're a little kid, like, dragging us around. But I really got to learn a lot and see a lot of how as an American, you have the right. If something upsets you and you don't believe in it, you could go out and spread, try to spread what, like tell people about it and make it known.
That's the way it's supposed to work.
Now they bring tasers. Yo, hey.
That's all right. It's not going to kill you unless you have a heart condition. Kiss
But
yourself.
they'll only do that if you get unruly.
Or they bring their trucks with their.
Well, that's the thing. When you get those
sound
gravel
waves
routes,
on them to make everybody crazy, and they raise the frequency and hits everybody's brain, and people get even more crazy. And
the
shit.
key to the protest. The key to the protest.
It don't happen.
Stay away from the troublemakers because they're going to get shit at them. Just stay with the people that are really there for good reasons, rather than to just like cause trouble.
Look, here's a funny thing. I've been getting these emails. It's driving me freaking nuts. I had to hopefully they'll stop now.
I'm trying
From,
so hard to get back into the chat and my phone's frozen.
From Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, good old Nancy.
I hate her. And she's talking about the Republicans are doing this, and this, and we need to stop this. Click how much you want to donate.
Yes,
like,
go fuck yourself. That's what
why
I'm
do
donating.
I want to donate to the government that I pay taxes for? Kiss my ass.
Exactly.
It's like, listen, do you see all those little like words and little like ficas, shit like that, and you just see your check get lower and lower and lower, and you're like, why should I even bother working overtime? I only made like 50 extra bucks for busting my ass.
Some companies skirt around even paying you overtime because what they'll do is they'll dish you next week and only give you.
You see, I got it around that because I was Carpenter's Local 626. Pay me my money.
Union too.
Oh, you were a union.
Thanks for the pension, UAW. Mwah.
Yeah, I remember going to those union meetings and.
See, unions were good in the beginning.
Well,
They were excellent in the beginning. But the
now
problem
the government
is
wants to tax my pension. Okay, this is what sucks. The government wants to tax my grandpa's pension, and he's been dead for almost 20 years. They want to tax his pension too.
Well, it's just like I don't think they should be taxing everything at all.
Fucking leave the old people alone for.
You know what the best way to do it is? My opinion. Okay, my opinion. I'll disclaimer.
I trust your opinion.
is get rid of all the taxes.
Yeah.
And just put a sales tax.
Right.
Like a 20% sales tax or something.
A 20% federal sales tax. That's it.
Well, you have your difference between progressive and regressive taxes. What's the regressive tax? A sales tax is kind of a regressive tax because, you know what I'm saying? If somebody makes $120,000 a year, a regressive tax like a gas tax or a sales tax does not affect them. They can buy a case of freaking shampoo if they want to, but it will affect somebody who only makes $12,000 a year, and now you're totally fucked.
But let's think about. But no. Let's think about this for a second. If you had a sales tax instead of income tax and all the other shit taxes that we have,
property
tax,
tax,
a sales tax. Let's think about where you get extra money from for the government. Okay, it doesn't got to be 20% because not only would you get taxed for things you buy. So if the rich buy $1 million things, they pay more, but also it would settle the whole quote illegal immigrant problem.
I don't know. That's a regressive tax. I don't agree with it.
Because this is why. If you come to our country, okay, because most people's complaints is they come here and they don't pay their taxes and all that, and we pay them. If they come to our country and they buy stuff, they're going to buy stuff, they end up paying taxes. So therefore, they're supporting being here. So there's no argument about illegal immigration.
What's the difference between somebody who makes $120,000 a year and somebody who makes $12,000 a year? You're paying the same sales tax. You know what? You go to buy a vehicle. I don't care if you pay $20,000, $48,000, $100,000, or $2,000 for that vehicle. Go to register. You got to pay the sales tax. That's a regressive.
It's a percentage. No, it's a percentage of what you buy.
Is it
not
based
like
on
they're
your
going to.
Is it based on your income? I mean,
no, it's based on whatever you buy. It's based on what you buy.
More money, Somebody who makes
But
more
Felix-
money should probably pay more tax than somebody
But
who makes.
Felix, you wouldn't
And
be
they
paying.
will. And
You
they'll
wouldn't-
pay more.
So poor people don't buy nothing. Okay, don't buy no shampoo. Don't go to the
No,
store.
Okay.
Wait. They're not so poor because you're
Don't buy
not
a
losing
car. Don't
all
buy a
that
car.
tax. You
You
don't
make
get your income taxed.
You
Your
make
income's not being
26,000 a
taxed.
year. You make 26,000 a year. Guess what? You can't.
But
Don't buy.
Felix, but
Can
Felix,
you live?
understanding? Like, if I'm making $10 million a year, I'm going to buy a $750,000 car. Okay, and that tax on that $750,000 car that I bought, money, 20%. 20% of $750,000, the 20% on top, and that goes to the government. But you're not going to be able to buy a $75,000 car, whether you're have the sales tax or not. But your car that you buy, maybe you'll buy a $15,000 car and pay your 20% on that. But you're not paying any federal tax, any state tax, any property tax. So that money is staying with you. It's not
That's right.
where you make $25,000 a year.
If you want to buy over your needs, because you can afford to buy your needs, if you want to buy over your needs, you're going to pay more. That's all there is to it. And if you have the money to buy over your needs, great. You should have the right to buy what you want, but there'll be a bigger tax. That's all. And that's where it becomes fair.
I've always lived below my means. I'm retired. I'm doing fine. My stuff's
understand.
off. I pay property tax. I pay sales tax when I buy something.
But you
But
should
I
pay
tax on
property
something else.
tax.
I don't want to. The thing is that somebody ain't dipping into my pocketbook every freaking week and taking the FIC or FICO or whatever, all these different taxes in funding programs like NASA. My property taxes don't fund NASA. So people get mad. I gotta pay property tax. That sucks. You know what? You're paying your damn community and the people who are fixing your damn roads and shit. Okay.
No, you're
I
not.
worked in engineering. I worked on roads. I know what that fucking means. I worked in the auto industry. I know what that fucking means. Don't be stupid with me, okay? Right now, we're talking about regressive taxes. They are never gonna. No one's ever gonna get rid of income taxes. No one is ever good. They are just. Have you been paying attention? You watch C-SPAN. I watch C-SPAN. I don't even have cable TV. I have to look at it online. You know what they just passed this past few days? Do you know what these senators just okayed? That's okay with them. It's okay with them to tax old people and disabled people. They're getting fucked. Your Social Security is going to get taxed when you paid into the system.
That's why I'm saying get rid of all that and just do a sales tax.
How you gonna do it? How you gonna do it? You gotta undo everything now.
Yes.
You're gonna have to erase everybody that's in that building. So I take it like you're gonna get some Black Panthers and some White Panthers. And you're gonna walk in there and you're gonna exercise your right to bear arms. In that building.
What are you so violent for?
What are you gonna do? How are you gonna get these fuckers out? How are you gonna remove these idiots? How are you gonna
Stop paying them. Stop paying them. They'll go away.
But they take it out of your paycheck before you even cash the dang thing at the bank.
So then you're just saying it can't be done. So well.
I think it can be done, but I mean, we're gonna have to get rid of like a whole generation of people and people with a certain mindset.
Well, that's what it takes.
You're right.
Reverse mind control. I mean, these people think they're monkeys on a spinning globe, for Christ's sake. This is what we're dealing with.
I don't think you can, take somebody's intelligence away for a difference of,
beliefs.
So
let's face it.
covertly install mind erasure, brain control in the Congress and in the Senate.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then anybody who is a lobbyist has to be microchipped. And if you're a lobbyist and you're microchipped, you have to be microchipped if you're a lobbyist, or you can't enter the doors. Now we just
have a button that can explode it.
Turn off the microchips. You can't get in. You can't get in. You can't lobby. You can't talk to your attorney. You can't do shit. No more lobbyists. No more. None of this shit. We got to change everything. There is no democracy. It's wrong. It's a technocracy. It's all based on technology. Even
but Felix, change doesn't happen easy. Change starts as like a little tiny spark, and it might take generations. Okay, generations for it to change. But
Get money.
if you work at it, or just keep the idea going, you never know what can happen.
Yeah, microchip the
I mean,
lobbyists.
personally, I think it's very important.
You can't microchip the lobbyists because then you microchip the whole population. I'm sure you don't
No,
want to
microchip the lobbyists only because they can't get through the
I
door.
think that would
Okay.
be against the law.
Can't get into the lobby.
What is a lobbyist to you, out of curiosity? What's a lobbyist?
You know what lobbyists are.
I'm asking you what you think a lobbyist is.
A representative from a corporation that
or a group.
influences a politician by the way of bribes.
So what you're saying is if you decided to go up there and talk to the congressman about getting rid of NASA and talking about the flat earth and all that, that makes you a lobbyist.
For the flat earth.
That fucking far.
That's right.
Yeah, I've already protested against nukes. I've done all this
So
stuff.
you're a lobbyist. So you got to get microchipped by your own thing.
No, I'm not getting microchipped. Good luck with that.
You're a lobbyist. You just said
I'm not a lobbyist because I've protested in the street. I'm a lobbyist because I protested in the street. What are you talking about? Whose money? What politician did I pay off? No one.
You're trying to influence the politicians. That's what you do.
I don't care who the hell you know what? If I put up signs on the side of the street that say the earth is flat, research flat earth, does that mean I'm a lobbyist to some fucking... No, it does not. It means wake up.
Sure it does.
Really?
Yeah, and that's okay.
All right. So Bernie Sanders comes out tomorrow and says, the earth is flat. I'm working on this thing in the Senate right now to defund.
Wouldn't that be great if you did that, but he won't.
Okay, but I have a question.
Bernie's asshole for that.
I have a question about that. Let's say tomorrow, everybody did a 180. Like, NASA goes, you know what? It's really flat. Would you believe him? Or would you just say, oh, yeah, I knew it? Or would you still question it?
I know they're going to do it. They're going to say it's flat, and they're still going to keep controlling the weather. They're going to still chemtrail.
On the national news, like on every major news station, it says, we know that the earth is flat now. Would you accept that?
Probably not. And the thing is that I'm saying that seriously, no. This is when I'm saying this. All grassroots things come from the grassroots. It takes a long time to influence the government.
Right.
Once it finally does, it's so perverted and it's so out of sight.
But you know what eventually happens, Felix? You know what eventually happens? Okay, and this is what I know. So we're going to talk punk rock. Punk rock started with like a group of like guys and girls that just started the same.
Motherfucker!
It just started, and it was like a little seed that was planted, and now punk rock is fucking humongous. But back, when I was playing the punk rock music, you were lucky to play in front of 300 people.
Right.
Nowadays, fucking the Misfits are playing fucking state, like sold out arenas. But I mean, what happened? This little seed and this little idea, and now from back in the late 60s to now, look at what's spread around the world. So, and that's all you got to do. I'm not just saying like with music, you can do that with an idea, a philosophy.
Started out with some pissed off guys from Detroit called the MC5, and people were like copying us.
And it spread through the fucking world. It started with them, and I mean, then you went on to the New York. Then you had Iggy. Then you went on to like New York. Then you went on to like England. You went on to Cali, and now it's South America and all over Europe, and it's humongous. And it was an idea that some dudes from Detroit and New York and England, it just spread. So that's what we're saying. It's like a little idea starting right now. You never know where it's going to go, like 10, 20, 30 years down the road. Because a lot of stuff takes forever to get the,
Yeah, because like this past summer, I was kind of reminiscing. I was talking to my mom and stuff like that, because I was still a little kid, and like I remember the riots and stuff, and we didn't have race riots in Detroit. There was no such thing as race riots. It was against the populace in general. It was against black. It was against white. It was against everybody. Shit was happening, but it did start in an after-hours bar. Some guys, Vietnam vets, they come home, and stuff like that, and the cops come over there and they start shooting the place up. You know, everybody gets mad. Black people get mad. White people get mad. This is a Vietnam vet we're talking about. This is somebody who did not choose to sign up to go blow up innocent people in some other country somewhere. You know, everybody got pissed about that. You know, why not about it? So, you know, I mean, we always had a certain amount of culture because, you know, at the time, you're talking 50 years ago, Detroit, Ann Arbor area, all of it was just surrounded by farms. People grew hemp. Now you can't grow hemp anymore. So then, you know, there's Sinclair, you know, John Sinclair, and he comes out, you know, he gets busted for 2 freaking joints. He sold the girl a joint. He gets 20 years plus in jail for a joint. You know what it takes? John Lennon to do some kind of a peacing thing, you know, to get John Sinclair out of prison for a joint. I mean, this is like really fucking stupid. So
But that's how, you know, that's how it works, though. You know,
How
you
it-
get somebody like John Lennon that can speak to the masses, and if he says, "Look, this is wrong," you know, and people are like, "If John Lennon thinks it's wrong, it's wrong." You know, I mean, whatever power he had over people. I mean, I think John Lennon's awesome. I didn't know the guy personally, but his music is fucking awesome.
But then people will go and turn
Yeah.
around and say John Lennon was controlled by this and that and the MI5, you know.
He
He's
was
all
controlled by
controlled.
fucking, you know. I mean, he's a musician. You know, I don't know. Like everybody puts so much credence, especially to the Beatles. Like they're these like demigods. It's like they're just guys that played some good music. You know,
Yeah, until they get
down with like Paul McCartney or Ringo Starr, they're like down to earth. You know, they're not like these like, you know. Well, maybe not those guys because they're the Beatles.
Yeah, maybe they're not so down to earth anymore.
Yeah, maybe like if you sat and talked with the Rolling Stones or something, they wouldn't be the most down to earth guys you ever met.
No. Not when they got that much fat bucks. You know,
Maybe
but
they're
all the same,
like the
you know,
road crew or something.
right? Yeah, the road crew. Yeah, sure. You know, when it comes back down to it again, you know, you turn around and you look at it the other direction. You know, these guys get busted getting onto a plane or because they got something in their pocket or something. And it goes all across the news, and it's all like this thing is bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Look at these hippies. They're all bad. You know, and look at us now. Look at us all now. You know, I mean. Oh, okay. So my dad cut his hair. My dad got sent home from work because, like, he had a mustache and he had those really cool, like, sideburns on the side, you know, and his hair was touching the back of his collar. This is like back in like 1973. They sent him home from work and told him to go get a haircut because his hair was touching the back of his collar.
Yeah.
I don't think I could be considered a hippie because I have too many skull and crossbones and bats and stuff like that tattooed on me.
I don't have any tattoos. on
You're
my
definitely
hair.
not a
What
fucking
co-
hippie.
What company did he work for that did that?
TRW.
Okay. Well, they've got the right to do that.
Why?
Because
Why what?
they're
Does he-
cold.
Because he's a systems analyst.
No, because if you work for a company, they have the right to decide how they
rules.
want their employees
But
to
my
look.
company told me, Felix, put your hair in a ponytail behind your hair head. So ponytail wasn't good enough because it's all like bushy and stuff. So like,
But that's for
put your
safety
hair in a
reasons.
braid.
Felix. That's for
How-
safety reasons.
That
Like,
doesn't
if you
matter
got
what the
hurt-
reasons are.
Working in an office. What the fuck? You're working
It
in.
doesn't
Oh,
matter.
I thought you were on the assembly line when you had to
Right,
put your hair up.
exactly.
No,
My
listen,
dad-
if you're in the
My dad's
military,
working in an office. Why does he need to cut his hair? He's
because
not.
that's the rules, Felix. You can't fight all the rules. You have to.
But
If
my
you want to
dad's
work and
my
you want a
dad's hair
paycheck,
touches his collar, and it's like something. It's not a safety violation.
you know what? It's not. But the boss said, "I don't like it. I don't want it."
Fuck
People
you.
They
sign
had-
contracts.
Fuck
People
you.
sign contracts. Like they fired Matt Lauer because he was accused of
Yeah.
quality clauses. There's dress like you can't play on the Yankees with a beard or long hair, but because that's what they say. You can't work, you know, certain jobs if you have long hair because your fucking hair might get stuck in a drill press. You know, I mean, yes, you have freedom as an American, and if you have the rules, you can go work somewhere else.
Exactly. That's
And the sign says you got to have a membership card to get in.
This one guy quit the job because he wasn't allowed to wear sleeveless shirts. He quit the union because he wasn't allowed to wear sleeveless shirts. But those were OSHA safety rules where you needed sleeves on your shirts.
Yeah, so your sleeve can get caught in the machinery, but some guy who works in an office is in no violation of
It
OSHA.
doesn't matter though.
The
Let's say
company has the right to set their own policies, though. If it's a
Now-
private company, they've got the right to set their own policy.
now it's like this. Like if I own a store, right, like a punk rock store, and I sell like punk rock records and shirts and clothes and hair dye and stuff, I don't want somebody in a business suit working there. I want
Exactly.
something in their nose. I want their like a mohawk. I want them to look the part of the shop, you know. And if the guy doesn't want to be like, look, dude, we got to cut your hair and put these clothes on you. And if the guy says no, well, I'm not going to hire him. And it's my, you know, when I worked in these hair salons, there was
That's right.
a code. I couldn't come in with a Sex Pistols T-shirt on with, you know, my hanging out. You know, I had to wear black pants, a white shirt, black shoes. And if I didn't, and if I walked in and I didn't look that,
Dog will not. Yeah, that's right.
when you work at Burger King, you got to wear that stupid Burger King outfit. That's the rules.
Oh, that I know, you know, and I had just a Burger King shirt because, like, I worked there part time, so I would get off my midnight job, you know, at the car company, and then I would like, because I just needed some extra money so I could have tuition for next year. So, like, you know, when times are low, you just go like work a second job, bank it, bam. I never had to take out loans for my education, you know, because I wasn't in a fucking hurry because ain't nobody got time for that anyway. You're done working, man. The last thing you want to do is go to school, go home, take a shower, change your clothes, get in a car, or drive to a place that you got to pay them to tell you some stupid shit that you pretty fucking know, right? But you know,
Now, Felix, can I ask you something? When you worked at the plant, right? The auto plant. If you drove to work in a Honda and parked it in the parking lot, what would happen to you?
I might come out to slash tires.
You would get back to your car, your windshield would be busted, your tires would be slashed, your back
Right.
window would be busted.
hmm
And
Because you drove a Honda?
you know, and whose fault would that be?
It was Hondas and Toyotas. They were pretty much targeted. I will tell you, like, this is the one place, and you know, living in a blue collar communities and stuff like that is basically all American cars everywhere. And you know, like Dave has this 99 Camry, okay, and I'm like, I'm not driving it.
Like,
You
dude, I
know,
can't be
when we first
seen in
got
that.
together in 2003, I'm like,
understand.
I'm not driving it. I'm not driving it. I'm not driving it. This car's got, I don't know, 60,000 less miles on it than my car. And I'm like, you know, I want to see. I want to see what kind of shape this Camry is going to be in when it hits 170,000 miles on the odometer. Seriously, without a major overhaul, you know. And that's
When
the
I first-
thing.
When I first showed up at the union, you know, I had a Toyota, and I pull in, and they all knew I was a kid, a rookie, and you know, and I was from out of state and
You
everything.
had a Toyota?
I had a Toyota because listen, I was fucking, you know, a teenager, and American cars were very expensive, so I just bought what I could, and then I got this job, and one of the guys pulled me aside and said, "Do yourself a favor, take a couple paychecks, sell that piece of shit, and buy an American car." I said,
Yeah, just go spend, you know, $500, $600 on a used
"Yeah." So I
American.
bought a nice Dodge, nice
Yeah.
Avenger.
Avenger? Oh, you're talking recent history. Jeez.
So you
it
bought a
was awesome,
foreign
though.
car. So you bought a foreign car.
Well, you know what? As long as it had that Dodge logo on it,
I
that's
know,
all that
I know.
mattered.
You know, the thing is,
Man,
though,
that's
is
what I'm
there's-
talking about. Talking about a man after my own heart. What year was it?
Yeah, man.
There's
Mopar.
Toyotas and
Oh
Hondas.
man, a Mopar, man. Oh man, put it all aside. This is my buddy right here. Talk about my brother.
You know what, Pillbox?
That's all I
Fuck you
like,
and your
man.
fucking Mopars because I drove a 79 Dodge Diplomat for like
Uh-huh.
2 months
I know.
before it like went to shit.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
They all break down. They all break down. I just happen to be through, I don't know, 10 small block Mopars in 35 years. I've never been left on the side of the road once. We all have different experiences. It's okay.
You know what? I see a Dodge 1500 sitting in the parking lot at the grocery store a little while ago. You know what this guy did? He parked right like over the line. He's taking up 2 freaking parking spaces. For his
Are you
one
kidding
nasty-
me?
No, I'm
Oh
not.
my goodness. You know what? Then that's the Dodge's fault. Yeah, you're right. Not the driver.
The
Damn
driver's
Dodges.
fault. It's the mentality.
What
it's the mindset.
I saw something where like somebody had a sports car and they did that double line parking, and my man parked so the guy couldn't get into his driver's side door.
I've done that.
Karen,
Okay,
Karen,
I mean, as great as my Dodge is, it can't fix stupid people. I'm sorry.
my mom
know
made
what
a print shop, and
Karen.
I printed up all these like little flyers. They were like the size of business cards, and it said, "If you fuck like you park, you must have trouble getting it in." And whenever I find somebody parking like an asshole, I would just stick that under their windshield wiper blade.
Well,
No,
that's
you
not
stick
very
it on the
good.
windshield.
I had a
peel
whole
that shit off.
That'll
Let me ask you this: what if they come out with their kids and the kids see that? You don't care?
Who, me? No.
No, with putting a thing on your windshield saying "if you fuck like you park."
I'm from
Don't care.
Detroit. Who the fuck cares at this point?
I'm not politically
No,
correct.
I've never
or sensitive
been.
in any way.
You see.
Oh, by the way, I have a 2007 Dodge Charger Hemi sitting in my driveway right now.
Fuck yeah, man.
Does it
That's what
have a
I'm
Hemi?
talking about. 9.6 to 1
You
compression
don't
ratio,
buy a
350
car that's
horsepower.
not a V8.
I
Yeah.
have a car.
Wait
that's-
a minute. What do you mean it's not a V8?
I
No,
have a
you
car
don't
that's-
buy a car that's not a V8.
There
I
you
have
go.
one that's
Amen
not
to
a
that.
V8. I have one that's not a V8, and I'm sure that I will blow your fucking V8 off the goddamn road.
Hey,
Even
that's all I want to hear.
minivan.
30 years.
I'm gonna kick you out.
What happened? What?
You said it again.
What?
You
GD
said GD.
word.
Am I echoing?
Felix is
No,
kind of on a
you-
tangent today, if you didn't
You said
notice.
the forbidden word.
What? Oh,
Miss
the
Shelby, you finally made it.
okay.
Yeah, you said it. You
Here's
said
my
it. That's
butt.
right too.
Right, there's my butt. Okay, I'm so sorry.
There's
But
one
don't worry.
rule, Felix. Just one rule.
Nobody ever say that. Ever.
I got a tongue lashing before. Don't worry about it.
Ava, do I ever say that word? No. See, Ava says, no, Felix, don't say that word. Right, Ava? That's right. So,
I don't
There's
care.
a reason all the cop
Talk about
agencies
who's
in the
that.
country,
I mean, no,
Jokerfish, have to
seriously,
buy
I don't
that
like
Dodge
this
Charger. There's a reason.
okay, I mute myself now.
Okay, I go mute.
We don't talk about JC in a bad way, and we don't say GD. That's the only thing you're not allowed to do around here. I don't care what else you do.
That's what happens when I lose my mind. Is like, the 7 rules of the FCC. Shit, fuck, damn, piss, hell.
I don't care about all that.
They don't care about it anymore. You can even say GD.
George Carlin
No,
rules,
you can't
right?
say that.
Well, at least you're in a good mood, Felix. How's everybody else doing tonight?
Well, I'm alive.
I'm not doing particularly unwell today, thank you.
You're being assaulted by a wolf in sheepdog clothing. Who said that? Who said that?
What?
Who said what?
Who said wolf?
My dog wants to talk.
All right. Okay. The dogs want to talk, Candy. All right.
They got kicked out of Universal Studios. Oh my God. Nathan Thompson, is that who you're talking about? Jeremiah Daniel said he's talking about the Josh. They had a meetup in Orlando. Okay, Declan said that link's not working for him either. This is weird. Michelle, how'd you get in here finally?
Karen. She called me from the Hangouts.
I don't understand this.
Yeah, it does that like a lot of the times when you're running a Hangout, but I don't know why. It's and I noticed, like I said, in the Hangout app, it wasn't showing ongoing call where you can just like click and join. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but
It's probably the ID10T interface.
It's weird
Yeah.
because
Oh, I hate that
I've given the
ID10T.
thing- Kevin, are you still listening? Did anybody catch Kevin's email by any chance? I missed it. And I need to send him the link. I miss him.
I'm in Jokerfish's basement.
Felix, it really does look like you're in his basement.
Fuck.
I know, but mostly we don't like talk to like a lot of people who talk about conspiracies or anything. So usually it's just a laugh.
Okay.
I just called Karen to call. Karen.
Yes.
I'm not
See if you can add the phone back to my I Spy. Will the show hang out? Because I can't add him for some reason. It won't let me.
Yeah, it wasn't letting me add anybody either.
Did you guys see the moon earlier? Did you guys see the moon earlier? I was out early.
No, was it?
It was totally huge. It was like huger than this right now. Like,
huger than this?
No, it was so huge that it looked like, you know those silly paintings of Jupiter? It looked like somebody hung one of those in the sky and put chemtrails across it.
Oh, shit.
No, I mean it's getting smaller looking, but it was in the northeast direction, exactly northeast. Right now it's exactly east, and it's getting higher. So I'll be watching.
How does it look over there?
Well, of course it looks good, man. It's in Michigan.
It's super.
Look like? Yeah, that's the moon.
I'm looking at it.
The moon's over my shoulder. Whoa. Hey, the moon's over my shoulder.
But what happened if the Wolfman lived in your neighborhood and you had that moon, and then the Wolfman came and you'd be in a lot of trouble?
Yeah, I know.
What, the disc jockey?
No, that's Wolfman Jack.
No,
We're talking about real Wolfman. Here somewhere.
Okay, scary teeth guy.
Well, it's not the Wolfman, but very scary.
Again, we're screwed now. Oh, then I got to whistle for a sheepdog and wolf, or a wolf and sheepdog. Yes.
Well, I don't have the Wolfman right next to me, but I got him. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Very scary. So Candy,
Talk
the
about a
Eagles are losing.
slump. Flat Earth is in a slump because there's so many criminals involved in it, but that's okay because it's going to come back with a big wave.
Criminals? Oh no.
Yeah, who's criminal?
It gets worse than that. Oh my gosh, there are so many sickos in Flat Earth. Are you kidding me? Have you seen the hangouts that go on around here with the debate channels and just all the ridiculousness?
Yeah, it's
I
getting a
can't
little
handle
wild.
Well, Satan doesn't pick the small topics to put his hands on. He's going to pick the biggest revelation in 2,000 years to sink his teeth into. So it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why. I mean, I'm not involved in the flat Earth community. I'm not saying I have any disbelief for it, but I don't know. I'm just a guy. But I've just noticed that there's a lot of people that come at that community with just such hatred and venom, and then people that pretend they're flat earthers, just trying to get attention because, like, the topic is kind of
We're trolling people.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why somebody would go out of their way to be a scumbag. You got nothing better to do?
It's the pepper spray.
Yeah.
It's the pepper spray. The flat Earth encompasses all of the deceptions at once. You're not just talking to these people that are upset about the shape of the Earth. You're also destroying their monkey science. You're also destroying their Star Wars. You're destroying their Big Bang. You're destroying their entire life with 2 words, flat Earth. So that's why they're very pissed off. And they should be. Their entire life has been a lie. Sucks for them.
Wait a minute. It doesn't destroy my Star Wars. I enjoy Star Wars still.
Yeah.
For some of them, it does, though. For some of them, it absolutely ruins the fact that they're never going to go to space. Though, you know what I mean?
The fact is, I do realize Star Wars is a fictional, made-up fantasy thing.
Well, they don't. They're like the guys on the movie. What's it called? A Galaxy Quest, where the people really think it's real, and they're just waiting for the phone call from their heroes to tell you, yeah, it's real. Oh, I knew it. That's what they're waiting for.
Yeah.
Well, and I've also noticed that other people throw in like their own personal, like they'll throw in their own personal issues into the whole flat Earth discussion, or something that they're oh, the flat Earth, and then there's also I'm concerned about this, and they'll throw it in, and it just kind of seems to. Oh wait, the Wolfman's here. But it just seems that like people, and I learned this too, even in the environmental organization, people try to put their own agenda, something else.
Of course, that's human nature.
Oh, shout out to Rand Campbell in the chat. He just got back on the internet recently. Candy, there you go. Rand Campbell in the building.
Yeah, I know. I was just asking about him.
Perfect timing.
I just asked Pillbox about Rand earlier. That's why he said that, y'all.
Well, coming out of a military background, was there? Because I've heard of snipers, and they use the curvature of the Earth to figure
No,
their.
they don't. No, they don't.
No, they
So
don't.
you've heard, you've worked with and understood that concept because you always
don't.
the curvature of the Earth.
That's in the but that's in the movies, bro. That's not real life. That's
Okay.
television.
That's not,
yeah.
We don't. No, they don't do that.
Okay. Because you hear okay, we got this, but yeah, I'm watching some silly movie from Hollywood. So
Numerous
Brian, were you 19? Brian, were you
snipers have
19
come out
kilo?
and said that they don't
Yes.
use Coriolis.
Brian, me too. I was 19 kilo. Were you at Fort Knox?
Well, I went to basic training there, and I was a Bullock 3 instructor there.
Oh yeah, that's where I did my basic. Then I went to Fort Hood and did gunnery at Fort Hood. It was interesting, but thank God I got out early. I woke up in uniform with the satanic flag on my right shoulder, realizing that 9/11 was an inside job in 2010. Man, I felt so stupid.
my dad was at Fort Knox. My mom remembers living there. Oh, he was a military. He was a tank commander, and he did he's a weapons instructor.
I'm trying to figure out the satanic flag on your right side.
The United States
Yeah,
flag.
it's called the American flag.
What about that one that's kind of like it's like how they generally present it with the flag stripes to the upper right, or I mean the upper left, and the stripes to the right. Stars.
Well, now it's
right, as if you're going forward and the flag is backward. Yeah, because you're never going to go backwards unless you go up against the Russians.
They turn it the other way and then put it on soldier uniforms, and I remember seeing that. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, as long as we're fighting poor brown people in grass huts, we're going to keep going forward. But as soon as we fight an actual military, the United States would probably get its ass handed to them.
It seems we get nothing accomplished. We get
to murder a couple million people, and then we get to turn the gold into lead into gold system. You know how it works. It's all a scam.
Of course, because you got to figure there's something really good in Afghanistan because they've been over there.
Opium. Milosevic from Serbia, he called that out back in the 90s. It's a scam. They're landing drug planes on the tarmacs in my country right now, and I'm trying to stop them, and they're like, he's a communist,
But I'm wondering if they have any natural resources under the ground that
Yeah, titanium.
You had the Russians going in there, and then you had us going in there. So there's got to be something more than just opium.
A lot of mining. You can Google all the mining that goes on in Afghanistan. I mean, some miners.
There's got to be something big that
big.
Well, it's just one of the many tentacles. It's just one of the thousands of tentacles that are infested this flat plane of existence with the satanic system that's all over the world now. I mean, it's just one of many.
Well, I think between China, Russia, and the United States, we're raping this whole planet.
Look at how
over in Africa,
China is.
In Africa, they say that the United States is ripping apart Africa. It's actually the Chinese that are over there exploiting everybody and exploiting the natural resources. They're doing way more damage than we're doing over there. We have bullshit going on, but the Chinese are over there just pillaging right now.
Yeah. They own the mines and stuff like that. They'll buy you out if you don't care if they get.
And they pay the workers, barely living wages, and it's just sick, man. It's just really sick.
Have you guys seen all this stuff about the slave trade happening in? Oh God, I forget where it's at. I gotta look it up.
Cameroon?
But it's there's
That's funny you said that. That's funny you said that. Last night, I don't know if you guys know who Francis Ngannou is, but he's an MMA fighter. He just won the the title shot last night, not the actual title. And when in his announcement, in his speech at the end of the fight, he said, "F slavery, F this and that," because he's from the Cameroon. So I didn't even really know about that. Yeah.
No, I see a lot of people posting about it in the truther groups I'm on Facebook, and I honestly I hate to be one of those people. I can't even look at it. It's so disturbing. But I think we should, if you guys should check into it, and then we should talk about it. Because it's nobody knows about it, and it's a big deal.
I've never heard anything about it. Like, I know
dude.
Cameroon, but
I live in a
It's bad.
state that's got like the second highest missing people. And
dude, that's a whole nother scary subject.
That's a whole other scary subject, because a lot of these young people that come up missing are used for organ harvesting. And
yeah,
came
oh
out
my god,
just recently with that girl from the Chicago area, but it goes back quite a few years to like people coming up missing and showing up in morgues. And
you know what's crazy, Felix, is I was at a bar with my boyfriend, not too long ago, and I was just telling somebody about this. There was a guy, the bartender was working there, and then my boyfriend gets buzzed, and he's not a flat earther or anything, so he'll bring it up sometimes jokingly. I'm like, dude, can you just not do that right now? Anyways, brings it up, and then this guy, long story short, this bartender claimed he was a 4th degree Freemason, and how he started talking about the organ harvesting and the trafficking, and he's like, that's probably the biggest thing I can talk about. He's like, I can't really talk about anything else. But he's like, that is huge. And it's huge in China. You would not believe how big organ harvesting is in these other countries, especially China. It's outrageous.
There's 4,000 missing people in the state right now. There was a young guy who just went missing from John R. 6 Mile area in Detroit not too long ago. A strong young man. He just came out missing, and everybody's been looking for him. All points bulletins have been put out everywhere. No one's been able to find him. Where did he go?
Yeah, no, that's scary.
We're assuming he's dead because he ain't turned up. Just southeast from me here in my same county right here. 3 little boys came out missing. Probably like about, I'm trying to think, from Morenci. 3 brothers. They all came out missing. Where'd they go? The mom gave the dad visitations and stuff like that, and the boys come out missing. Okay, we're still freaking out. We still know where these kids are. Okay, so I mean, it's happening all over the place. Put a wall up around Toledo. Can't even get on and off the freeway on Toledo anymore. There's missing exits and everything like this. Big fucking wall around it. People are missing in Toledo, Ohio. It's all interconnected. It's a big Midwestern racket for.
I never thought about missing people until I started learning. I was always people go missing.
A minute, somebody has got a heart defect or a liver defect. Oh, they need a transplant. Pray for their transplant from somebody else's body. Where you getting the fucking organs from?
Well, if you look at records,
it doesn't matter.
It's insane how many people disappear. Insane.
Dude. Chinese people that don't match your blood type. The Chinese people that are missing go to the Chinese people. They don't go to the freaking Americans because they don't match blood
Those
type.
Chinese people could come and get me because I got O negative blood. It's delicious for everybody.
Oh shit, you're screwed. You're done. But I don't think I've met you or Felix officially. I've seen Felix listen to a couple of hangouts, and I'm Michelle. It's nice to meet you guys and talk to you.
Joker.
Where the hell is Lewis?
I don't know.
I've been watching him. I know where Mark is. He's going.
Oh my god, you guys! We did this hangout hella late the other day, or like I don't know, right after Thanksgiving, and it was like a 2 or 4 hour hangout. And I was talking to Hori Sheet, and Rick Harmer was on with us at the very end, and you just hear Mark snoring hella loud into the microphone.
Oh my god!
And then he woke himself up snoring, and me and Hori were dying laughing. I can't even tell you, I was like crying. And then he wakes up, and we talked to him for a minute, and we told him, but when you go to the end of the hangout, it's hilarious to listen to.
Should have been at Pancho Pete last weekend. Me and Vinny.
I was hearing that too.
Pancho was sleeping. Me and Vinny were talking to him, and Vinny's like, "Yeah, I think he's snoring to flies." I said, "Yeah, she's cool to flies." We're talking, and he goes, "Hey, Pancho, how would you like a breakfast?" And Pancho goes, And it was like the most hilarious thing. Like, we wanted cheese. It's like he didn't even wake up for hours.
Yeah, that is hilarious.
Be careful when you fall
You
asleep.
guys were doing long hangouts, though.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
time,
it's like 24
you know how I
hours.
learned how to snipe? Because one time, I think it was you, Felix. I left, everybody left Zulu's hangout, and I was somewhere else, and you come like 30 minutes after everybody left him, and you're like, Candy, Zulu's still over there snoring all by himself. So I had to figure out how, like, he wouldn't answer anything, and I had to figure out how to snipe him off his hangout so he could end the hangout.
In his own page, right? Or is
Yeah.
yours? Because on yours, you can just push eject.
Yeah, it was his, and we were all gone. So I had to get back in there and figure out how to get him off. That's
Because you
how
know,
I
there's
learned
like
how to
one
snipe.
person sitting there going, he's sleeping.
No,
Yeah.
but seriously, when you're running a 24/7, you wouldn't believe the freaking, it's kind of like, I kind of like don't even want to go there unless I have control. So like I can get rid of people who are just too obnoxious to be there at the time, or at least change the conversation, because I got a big mouth, change the conversation to something that's more suitable for, hang out, because some people will just go really freaking weird,
But it's
and
funny. Like
watch them to make sure they don't share links. They want to share screen. They might share a link. It's kind of like present somebody else before they even get a chance to share a link in the hangout, or your ass is sniped. And it's all
it
that
used to
shit.
be fun because they used to Candy and Felix No Shame,
Keep drawing dicks.
and we just drew cocks like we drew like cocks and like sprinkling stuff on them, and we wrote stuff
Dickhead.
over it, and we're sitting there laughing and giggling, and then somebody took a screenshot and we were sending it around to everybody. Don't fall asleep in front of people.
Oh my god, that's great.
Especially with your camera on, that's even worse. But
one time I was doing a stream and I fell asleep, and I was like twitching and like talking in my sleep, and everybody was laughing at me and having a good time. And then I get all these crazy messages the next day. I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, you stupid, you fell asleep.
you have fallen asleep a few times.
Of course.
So me and Darren will just keep talking or something.
And I'm like,
yeah. Until he wakes up and you're like,
yeah.
we still keep talking afterwards. Yeah, the fun of hangouts. Yeah, Joker, I met some really cool people. Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Oh. He's gonna be here. He just hopped in the chat.
That was really funny on Larry's hangout, because like we were in Larry's one night. Mark was there, Candy was there, and I put on these little blue sunglasses that are my granddaughter's, and like I pulled up my cell phone because he's like always talking about like, oh, all I have is a flip phone, blah blah. So like pulled up my old flip phone and my blue sunglasses on. Just right after that, man, we got sniped. It was at Larry's though. Shit happens at Larry's. You can't blame anybody, but
yeah, especially when they go late night like that, it's hard.
Yeah, people share links and stuff like that, and then I don't know. You gotta watch people. Like, oh, well, who's sharing the link? I mean, if you share, like, if I shared the link to Joker from here, that would not be a problem. I would not share it with somebody else.
You never know. Like,
you should.
Someone named Dick just joined with a nice.
Oh,
hey,
oh.
24 past hour. He's always on time.
Right? Wait, so what link works for you? How did you get in here? Rob can't get in here.
I had to use my phone because you guys was just fucked.
No, you're just retarded, Bobby.
You guys are just fucked.
Man,
hey,
the game
I
is on.
Joker, I know he's getting pissed off.
Yo, Seattle 3, Philly nothing.
Hangouts is being a complete butthole tonight. I don't know what the deal is.
Wait a second. Karen's voice is coming out of Candy. I'm getting confused.
Are those
Yeah, because I'm streaming
yeah,
for Candy.
Oh, so you have controls.
So I've been here the whole time. I'm just I'm the other Candy.
Yeah, the Karen Candy.
Dressed
Candy and Karen Candy.
Don't I look on Karen?
That's Karen with extra sprinkles.
With a Misfits tattoo.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
by the
right.
way, I think I'm gonna bypass all this shit and throw my own hangout down and get a few people together. So be prepared. I will message you.
Hang up or press pound for more options.
Why are we listening to a
Listen
phone?
here, I don't know how many times I told you not to never
Hey.
ever send me the voicemail again.
Is that a pizza joint? Because I could use a pie or
That's
100.
Ace McLeod.
We could send a 100 pies to your neighbor, and then we don't have the money. I'll be like, yo, I'll eat them. You know. The best was my buddies, like right after high school, worked for the pizza joint, and we used to get free pizzas every night because they would cook like extra pizzas, and then at 10 o'clock, boys would just boop, have a pizza, boys.
Hello, you've reached Wong's Chop Suey. At this time, we are cool. Like this.
All right, so wait, which I need to know which link works for you because Rob can't get in either.
It's the same
You're
link.
kidding.
It's just sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I mean, I don't know what else to do other than end this call and start another one.
I'm a shill. I got it from Shill.
Jokerfish loves that kind.
I sure do. What do I love?
Quitting and coming back in.
You
We
know,
all love that kind.
watch out for Dakota here. He's got this. Got this hypnotizing bud thing. And pretty soon, no one will be able to finish their sentences while we're watching.
What happened?
Oh,
What happened?
Why are we hearing such an echo, Candy?
I don't know.
I don't know. Hold on. I know why. Hold on. I'll tell you.
Oh, buddy.
Okay, Dakota. So pass interference on Philly at about the 5 or 4 yard line.
Because I was using my phone to call Ace, so I had to jump in. Like my laptop doesn't have very good internet. That's why Karen's streaming for me. So
Ace Septic Services.
I was trying to call Ace. Huh?
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 What happened?
That's who I was calling. That's whose voicemail you heard me leave.
I'm
can
gonna go
always
for a little
tell-
bit,
you
but
can
I'll
always
be back
tell.
on a
Yeah.
little bit later.
You can always tell when Joker's watching the game. He gets this glazed over look on his face.
I know, Joker. Joker messaged me earlier. Are you watching the game? Well, that was the most rhetorical question I've heard all year.
Well, I don't know, Candy. I don't know if like you're one of those fans that just like, oh, I love my team and doesn't watch the game or nothing. I don't know.
Absolutely not. I'm a coach, a referee, and a player all at the same time.
And I said, are you watching the game? You go, what? The Saints game? I go, of course. And you're like, you're just like.
See the thing they were like trying to blow up the Silver Dome where in Pontiac.
Pontiac.
Yeah, they said they built it a little too good.